We're live. It's the No Ski Show. I'm chilling with my boy Vinny.
We're back. It's been a little hiatus, but we're happy to be back doing our thing again.
Yes, sir. It is episode 3 for you guys. We're back at it. Hope everyone had a good fucking election, a good fucking couple weeks. It's been a while.
It's been a while. There's been some developments in our lives.
Oh,
I mean, the big one is you, right? With the injury that held us up for a minute.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was freaking pretty wild. Yeah, I was at work and freaking was working on the steam system. Opened up a valve, or opened up a screen with a little Y strainer, like to a pump, and freaking there was a bunch of carbon buildup there, and I got just freaking scalded, like got my right nip all freaking burnt all over here,
burns all up the arms, burns all over the chest.
I can show maybe one picture, I guess, for the
fans.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. But you survived. You're back up and at 'em.
Yeah, so this is what it looked like for the viewers. I'll show you too. But
oh yeah,
I mean, you saw it.
Oh, I got to see
person.
it firsthand. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty wild.
Yeah, you survived though, and
it was painful.
You were down and out for a minute.
Like, yeah, even like the after pain was uncomfortable. Cheers, by the way. Happy Tuesday, going up.
Happy Tuesday.
But the first initial when it first happens, you're like, oh, the adrenaline, right? You're like, oh, I feel I'm fine, you know.
Right.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna keep working.
Good thing it was the end of the day and you got your ass sent to the hospital.
Well, it happened. I just screamed, fuck very loud as I possibly could, and then my coworker, I'm like checking on my coworker. I'm like, hey, like take pictures of the screen. I want to see how dirty it is. He's like, dude, go like wash up or something, man. Like you just got fucking, you're scalded, literally.
You're like, we gotta finish this stuff, man.
Yeah, but it was here, a little bit on my hands, all on my freaking arm, and then like you guys saw in the picture. But then, so I'm like, all right, I'm fine. But I run into the bathroom. I'm like, I'm gonna take off my soaked clothes.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, like it's just you feel
starts setting in,
pain.
starts just like, blasting you.
Yeah, I'm screaming like holy frick at the loud of my like as loud as I can, just sitting in the like the cool water and just letting it.
Yep.
And like I would just stand out for like 10 seconds, and it's just like agonizing. It's probably the most painful thing that I probably ever.
I don't doubt it. Those were gnarly burns.
Yeah, it was pretty gnarly to say the least. And then I go to the emergency room, and they're like, "Yeah, you should probably stop at Walgreens." And
they didn't send him home with shit.
They're like, "You should probably." I'm like, I'm in so much pain right now. I'm just like, when I was on my way to the emergency room, it kind of like subsided, where it's like, okay, I'm starting to calm down. It's not like I took like 10 ibuprofen. That probably helped.
Yeah, it's a little much. Just a little more than recommended.
Yeah, the doc's like, don't do that again.
At least they did send you home with some good painkillers. But
the Percocet.
Like no bandages, no creams or nothing. Like he comes home, I'm already home, and he's like, "Can you help me, man? I gotta bandage this shit up." So
yeah,
we had to fucking go to the in-home doctor.
Yeah, no, my girlfriend Brittany picked up some bandages from Walgreens. At least helped me. Thank you, Brittany. But then like a couple of times trying to do that stuff, wrap like around your entire torso by yourself. It doesn't seem like it would be that difficult.
Yeah.
It's pretty, it's very difficult. Like the one time I was successfully able to do it, you kind of like gotta have it hold and just sit just right so you can grab it.
After been doing it for 2 weeks, you start to learn the tricks of the trade.
And it was just and then I did it like way too fucking tight, but it was awful. Anyways, I would not wish that. Fucking.
But you survived.
Yeah,
you're all good. What about you? It's healing up well.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm pretty much all freaking. I mean, you saw my arm before.
Yep.
I mean, there's like it's a little red.
We should probably do our shot to that.
Oh yeah, cheers to. Well, that's what my girlfriend said too. She's like, "Well, I'm glad it wasn't your face or your, lower
It'd be looking like Two-Face, Batman style.
genital area."
Yeah, that's the important one, really. Cheers.
Yeah, because that was probably, I think, the most painful thing. What about you? Would you feel like an injury like that, where you're like, "This
Dude,
is
I've
the
broken-
most painful"?
I have broken this arm 3 times, this arm twice, ribs, broken almost all my fingers. I've done so much damage to myself ever since I was a kid. The worst one,
I know the ribs are pretty bad.
yeah, because you can't do shit about it.
Well, and it's like every time you breathe, it's like you just feel it.
Yeah, the
I've
broken
heard.
ribs on top of having asthma. I was,
Oh, yeah.
I was out of commission, dog. Couldn't do shit. But the worst one, my elbow, when I was in high school, I was riding a bicycle, going to a friend's house. I was going to stay the night. I had a plastic Walmart bag of clothes, and I'm cruising down the fucking road.
Yeah.
My buddy's bike, it's a fairly fancy mountain bike. I'm moving. Bag gets caught in the tires, stops it completely, and I flipped 180 over the handlebars and shattered my arm like several places in my elbow. I had to go in for surgery, and like I got 2 pins like in a cross to kind of put my bones back in place, and then
Yeah.
they wrapped the whole thing in a piece of medical wire that's like in a figure 8,
Really?
and that held, and it's still in there. All the hardware is still in there. I could have.
But you can like feel it, right?
You could definitely feel
Does
it.
it still hurt, kind of?
Like when it gets cold out, I can feel it.
Yeah, the metal gets fucking cold by.
And I could have like
crazy.
got it removed, but that's like an elective surgery to get the hardware removed.
Oh.
Now that the elbow's healed, I ain't fucking paying that.
They're like, you can do it, but it's not covered.
It's not covered
insurance.
by my basic state health insurance.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of bug. But they're like, oh, but you can leave it in forever.
You can leave it in.
and
It
it's
doesn't
fine.
trigger metal detectors or nothing like that.
So you're kind of like a cyborg.
I'm already on my way. We were talking about cyborgs last night.
Like, would you be willing to be a cyborg?
Well, that's kind of a good segue into our topic of the day, because they might be building them cyborgs in Area 51.
Oh yeah, so that's our topic of the day. We're talking about Area 51, which is probably one of the wildest things, at least.
Conspiracy theories,
Conspiracies.
UFOs, people in America wanting to rush the place, civilians trying to find out what's going on in there.
Yeah, definitely the wildest.
So on and so
conspiracy,
forth.
like involving both aliens and the government. I feel like
It's just shrouded in so much secrecy.
yeah.
Um,
Let me. I guess I have just a synopsis here.
Yep. Let's hear the synopsis, Noski.
So, Area 51 is a highly classified U.S. Air Force facility located in the Nevada desert, about 83 miles north of Las Vegas, known officially as Groom Lake. Did not know that. It was established in the 1950s during the Cold War, primarily for testing and developing advanced military aircrafts, including spy planes like the U-2 and SR-71 Blackbird.
Yep. And I mean, I believe
There's a
it
lot.
also entails the Nellis Air Force Base
Okay.
as part of Area 51, if I'm not mistaken. That is one of the most recent things that we have come across in the news in the past year. Rumors came out on this conspiracy website that the government is working on a successor to the SR-71 spy plane. And
But it's not. The government hasn't.
they
came
haven't
out and said
admitted it, right? But the gentleman who runs the website, it is a conspiracy website,
Yeah.
got raided by the FBI, and they're claiming he has illegal pictures. He's claiming they're not illegal pictures. I can
okay.
send you what I was just reading here.
I gotta look it up. My Snapchat's on the thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
But interesting thing though that I just looked up. So when did they actually acknowledge the existence of Area 51? it was not until 2013.
Yep.
And they made it in 1950. That's insane.
Yeah, but it's not there. And, you hear a lot of stories throughout the decades of people coming across this plot of land in Nevada, and there's this giant fenced off area. You approach a fence, and government comes out and tells you, you got to turn back. You can't be here. Yeah. I've heard stories of people accidentally flying over it. It's restricted airspace, and they'll get on the comms and be threatened to get shot down when entering that restricted airspace.
Yeah, I mean, one of the ones that, the one thing that you brought up to me that I forgot about was the whole frickin' Facebook. They're gonna like storm it or whatever.
This was, I forget,
a few years ago.
A few years ago, this was.
It's probably like 2020 or right around there.
Right around COVID, I think it was. And I think the government issued a statement like, if you guys really go through with this, you will be treated as hostile combatants. You will be treated as terrorists.
Yeah.
And you will be shot and killed.
See, yeah. For me, the craziest one is always about, we brought this up in the Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar is definitely the most, I think it's probably the most well-known Area 51 story.
Probably, yeah.
It's wild. And it just seems the most credible as well.
Yeah, I mean, if his story at least is consistent, if it's
throughout the years of him telling
if
it,
it's
right?
True, right? Like, and it's wild if it is, right? Like he was basically reverse engineering all these different
UFOs
alien
and
crafts. Like, basically, kind of describes them as like these smaller, think of like how you normally think of like a UFO, like a saucer, but like smaller. And he's like, there's no like engine or anything. And they have this weird, like,
it's some sort of
antimatter. Basically, like he talks about the element 115?
115, I believe is what it is.
Which then later became an actual
element.
Yeah.
So what do they say about it on the AI or whatever?
Right. When did element 115 become acknowledged?
That was much more recently even than...
Well, I want to say it was after he talked about it.
Probably.
It's classified as a super heavy synthetic element and part of the, transactinide elements. Never heard that word.
It's beyond my 12th grade education.
Moscovium, that sounds familiar, is extremely radioactive and highly unstable. Its most stable isotope, moscovium-290, has a half-life of only 0.65 seconds, meaning it decays almost immediately after being created. It is not found naturally and can only be made in a lab. They produced it by bombarding atoms of americium, which is this element named after America.
Okay.
243 with ions of calcium. Interesting. 48, which fused to form moscovium atoms for fractions of a second. It honors the Moscow region.
Huh.
Interesting. Often been referenced in alien theory, especially due to claims by Bob Lazar, who stated in the late 1980s.
So he's been talking about it since the 80s.
And it wasn't actually added to the periodic table until 2016.
Yep. And I believe that was that 2016? That was right before the election that Trump first was inaugurated, right?
Yeah. Yep. He claimed that it was stable and had properties that could generate anti-gravity. Basically, that it was used as a power source for these alien spacecrafts, whatever you want to call them.
UFOs.
Yeah. Well, now they say UAP.
You're right, weird. UAP. That is
which
what
I don't
they
know.
changed it to.
Why they? Because it's like, okay, all you did was say. The only thing you changed it because aerial and flying are the same thing word, right?
Yeah,
So you changed it from from object to phenomenon. So I guess
because maybe it's not an object, maybe it's a being.
Well, like when I think of phenomenon, I think of like the Northern Lights.
Okay. Yeah,
You
that's
know?
fair. That's fair.
Where object is like a plane. In my brain, I guess, you know.
Yeah, no, I get that. I would agree with that. I feel like phenomena.
That's more wider. It's more
It's more broad.
It's more
It's
vague.
more
It's more vague. It's more of a catch-all. Like,
And that's
Yeah.
exactly it. Is like, so the Northern Lights, phenomena. That's it's an apparition of the light
it's
reflections.
like the magnetic field.
Yep. And then, paranormal is another category that's widely considered to be like a phenomenon.
Phenomenon. I think you can use either one.
Phenomena.
Phenomena.
Yeah.
Anemone. I'm curious how I'm looking up how the Northern Lights work right now.
I feel like I read it every time they come around. Oh, dude, sidebar. Did you know you're supposed to be able to see the Northern Lights in Wisconsin today?
Right now?
Yeah, allegedly. I heard it on the radio
doing
today.
after this.
Yeah. After a couple more of these, we might be outside looking at some lights.
Well, it was like that, a month or two ago?
Yep. You could kind of see them. It wasn't great, but
I was too lazy to go outside. I just didn't care. I'm like, wow, that sounds really cool. I was probably hungover.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see the pictures.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this looks cool. I was probably hungover in bed or something. For all I know. Okay, so solar, wind, and charged particles. The sun. So this is the northern lights. The sun continuously emits a stream of charged particles called the solar wind. This wind carries. Okay, so not like actually wind. This wind carries electrons and protons across space. Occasionally, solar activity like solar flares intensifies the solar wind, sending more particles towards Earth. Okay, yeah, here's the magnetic field. The Earth's magnetic field protects the planet by deflecting these charged particles however, near their polar regions, Earth's magnetic field lines curve and dip inward, allowing some particles to funnel down into the atmosphere. Holy fuck, there's a lot.
That's one hell of an explanation there, Noski.
There's more.
You really are an engineer.
Well, Chad GPT is an engineer.
Yeah. Thank God one of the three of us has a brain.
Yeah, right. So then a collision with atmospheric gases. They collide with atoms and molecules. Okay. Especially oxygen. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is wild. Interesting.
Speaking of wild lights.
And then the color depends on the type of gases. Green is oxygen and red is also from oxygen but higher altitudes. Purple and blue are from nitrogen. That's pretty fucking cool.
Okay. But yeah, speaking of lights, that's another thing I recently read about Area 51 is that since 2020, there has been over 100 reports of mysterious lights in the general vicinity of Area 51. Whether it's UFOs or this assumed spy plane that they could be working on, that's kind of up in the air.
Yeah. I'm trying to find this one story that you were just talking about. So this was just like a couple days ago.
No, it was back in April, I believe. Hold on, I'll tell you the link that I read it on. So just type in Area 51 latest news, and the one that I read was on a website called The Independent.
Okay. April 2024, Jorg Arnu.
Yeah.
So he's a researcher and operator of the Dreamland Resort website. That has experienced a significant development.
It's a conspiracy website.
This is interesting because so I just type in random shit like on AI and usually picks it up, right?
Yeah.
So I typed in, but when I was trying to look it up, I said, guy just rated about Area 51.
And something else came up?
And it come up, it says November 2022, but it's the same guy.
Oh, shit. So he's really been in some fucking shit.
This Jorg Arnu guy.
Okay, so go on. What else is it saying that you pulled up there?
So he was also raided back in, looks like 2022. They seized all of his shit. There's reasons have not been publicly disclosed. So it must have been this website that he's got, this Dreamland Resort website. And then in April, so recent April 2024, significant. Okay, so he experienced a significant development in his ongoing legal situations. His homes in Las Vegas, Nevada, or Las Vegas and Rachel, Nevada, were previously raided. So that was, talking about the 2022 thing. He expressed concerns that the actions were intended to silence the research Area 51 research community. Okay. As of April 2024, Arno has been seeking answers regarding the reasons behind the raids. He has reported difficulties in obtaining information from authorities. Okay. Well, what information was he releasing? Let's look that up.
So that's
you were
what,
saying it was about this plane.
Yeah, it was about he alleged, from what I read, that they are working on the successor to the SR-71 spy plane right now, which is obviously something the government would not want the general public knowing about.
Yeah, just for foreign reasons.
For foreign affairs more than our own country's, mental state, I would think.
Yeah. Well, if it's just a upgraded spy plane, we probably wouldn't be like, oh, that's... Unless it's like
we don't even want
crazy.
We don't even want no one
stuff.
knowing what we're working on. That's what I think. But I don't know. There's so many ways to look at a conspiracy like this.
Yeah, it says he had a lot of satellite images, drone footage, and discussions. Okay. Nothing specific when I looked up what about the plane.
Okay. So, these conspiracy websites, it's like, if this guy's been raided twice, he's either, he's either somebody that the government sees as like a real problem, in my opinion.
Right.
Or
raid him and take all this stuff. Either it's like... But if it was like bull crap, you wouldn't even, right?
If it's bullshit, why would you spend the resources?
It's like with anything. Like if someone calls you out on something and it's not true, you just don't even give it the light of day. But if it's like, you're like, oh, you're like, if your girlfriend's like, you're cheating on me, and like, oh, that's true. Then it's like, no, like you get all
then you blow up.
You get upset, right? Like it has, value or merit. Okay, I'm pulled up his website right now. There's a lot of
let's see what his website's got to say.
What is he all got here? There's really not a whole lot on here.
Probably got fucking scrubbed in the raid.
He says the first thing we discovered at Groom Lake was the two large white domes of the radar installation. They are equipped with, as I later learned, highly sensitive surveillance devices that can cover the entire Tikaboo Valley. Was a reflection. Okay, we got closer. We saw one of the infamous white Jeep Cherokees used by Area 51 security. Okay. All right. I believe along this, that's when I had a lot of questions. Who are the people in the Jeep? Why are they watching us? Why did the sign say we can be shot if we pass the invisible line? What are they hiding? We continued. Okay. Hold on. There's got to be something here. More here.
Unless the website got scrubbed.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, all right. Let's hear the juicy deeds.
There's tons of shit Discussion forum, first time visitor, largest. Can you like visit it now? I wonder.
No.
It says first time visitor information. Oh, that's probably us right now on this website.
On the website, you cannot go visit Area 51. They just threatened a bunch of motherfuckers 4 years ago.
It's got a lot of photos on here too. I would honestly have someone check this out. This is like, there's a lot of shit here. It's gonna take us a long time to go through though.
Okay. Well, maybe we do a follow up after.
Yeah, we could.
We could do a follow up and what these people say.
Pictures and like everything on here though. A new microwave tower was added about a mile. Okay, so let's go to the most recent here.
All right, what's the most recent?
He's got like a timeline here. Oh, this is most old. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. He's got September 2024. A new radio tower was constructed about 0.4 miles inside the Area 51. Back gate. Sorry, I clicked off there. The tower turns out to be a powerful FM radio transmitter broadcasting synthetic music of various flavors on 99.9. The transmitter is only active during missions.
This guy figured it all out, man. He fucking figured out that radio tower.
Got radio broadcast.
Oh, shit.
The Bob and Tom show is taking over. That's what happened to him.
Oh, that's funny.
There's another transmitter Monday through Thursday at 99.1. They are likely part of testing a new passive radar system that utilizes FM stations for detection of aircraft by measuring the interference caused by the aircraft. Interesting. Prior to the construction of the new tower, all Russian radar sites around the back gate were moved to different location.
Russian radar sites?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Russian radar isn't like scanning for Russians or like Russian tech. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, it just says prior to the construction of the new tower, all Russian radar sites around the back gate. So probably scanning for Russians.
How would he know that's what they're doing though?
I don't know.
He's really in some shit, it sounds like.
Smart dude.
Yeah, he's probably.
I mean, that kind of makes sense though. Like if you have radio waves, transferring through the air, and if those aircrafts are using some other kind of radio waves, I could easily see them interfering with the signal.
I never would have thought of that, but it does make sense, and it's definitely above my pay grade. But when you put it like that,
yeah, like it kind of makes sense. But it seems like it's like there's technology so far advanced.
It seems
from
a little
FM
bit
radio.
dated. Yeah,
like it just seems like a weird.
We're still relying on FM radio to track our fucking enemies,
right? Like you think they would have something way more advanced.
Yeah, like satellites.
No, we were listening to 99.9, the Bob and Tom show. We heard it cut out. I mean, that's when we knew we were getting attacked by the Russians.
They were playing When Doves Cry by Prince, and then it cut out a minute and 32 seconds into the song.
And we hit our fucking battle station.
Lock and load, we got a code 0.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yep. I don't know. Another theory, and I don't know what merit there is in this theory, but I seen on an episode of South Park, they're discussing the theory that 9/11 was done by the government, and the guy who is putting the information out of the conspiracy is actually working for the government. So the government puts out these conspiracy theorists to throw the general pop off the scent of what's really happening behind the veil.
Yeah, no, I heard like Rogan just made a good point about this. He's like, yeah, if I wanted someone to like get off of my trail, I would send out a bunch of like bullshit stories. It's like kind of like with all this UFO stuff. It's like there's all these conspiracy stories, but there's never any evidence.
Never any good evidence.
It's almost like they're just putting out this fluff or this misinformation to get you caught up away from what's actually kind of going down,
I think.
But if the Bob Lazar shit's real, that's changes.
I lean more. It's probably some of both, right? It's probably some of both. I don't work for the government. You can choose to believe me or not. But there's some conspiracies out there that I kind of buy into a little bit more than others. Like I definitely believe in aliens. I definitely believe some shady shit goes down at Area 51 involving aliens.
Yeah, there's definitely something they're not telling us. Well, even with like the JFK stuff, like Trump was just on JFK, and then or not on JFK, rest his soul, but on Joe Rogan, and he was asking about the JFK files.
Right.
Like, well, and he kind of implied like, well, if it was released, people that are still alive today would be implicated.
Right.
Which I'm like, so put them in jail.
Are they guilty? Like, why are we not trying, motherfuckers?
Right. Oh, they're alive, but they're guilty, so we're not going to release
Maybe they're already locked away in some containment site in Area 51.
Or they're like 100 years old at this point, because that was freaking how long ago?
It was, what, 70s?
I thought it was
Fuck,
69.
I feel like I should just know that.
Yeah.
69? 63, okay.
Yeah. Well, even the stuff with this other, the Trump
assassination
the first
attempts?
one?
Yeah, that one's sketch.
There's some weird stuff there.
Yeah.
They couldn't find, like his their silverware was gone out of his house. Like his house was like.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Scrubbed, apparently. Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, that's
a little shady.
He's like a 20-year-old kid.
I seen that he was on a fucking Pfizer commercial pre-assassination attempt.
He was on like a BlackRock.
Or yeah, that's what it is, a BlackRock commercial. Sorry.
And then he had like no social media, anything. Which you see from time to time, but like a 20-year-old kid not to have.
Not likely.
Very
not
strange
likely.
to say the least.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
And then now it's just like, there's just nothing. You just don't even hear it. It's like it didn't even happen.
Right.
Because we just don't even talk about it.
It's in the past. I mean,
yeah.
Trump won.
Yeah.
Feel about that however you folks feel about that, you know. Some people are happy.
I mean,
some people are very upset.
I'm happy. My freaking crypto is going way up.
Making that money.
About to get myself out of debt. I was down a few grand. Now I'm up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's like AI coin.
I'm a little impartial
when it comes to crypto.
Well, no, not crypto, like the election.
Oh, the election in general.
Like I didn't even vote, first of all.
Oh, not at all? Okay.
I didn't like either candidate.
Which is totally
fair. I just, like, I'm not losing sleep over Trump being president.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been losing sleep over Kamala being president.
It really has such minimal, like, effect on your like, day to day, you know?
I never got into crypto when it got big, and now I certainly can't afford to even get into it.
Yeah.
So it's like, that doesn't really affect me, and I say this all the time, like, realistically, whatever happens, whatever policies get enacted, it's not really going to affect my life.
Yeah.
Like, whatever I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and probably just fucking do it.
Right. I mean, yeah, it can affect it, but it's only to a little degree. It's not
so minor.
Yeah, it's not going to be like a major thing. Like a lot of people always say too, like, oh, like they change things, but then like those things actually don't have a consequence or effect until they're gone anyways. And then it's kind of like, who knows? Nobody knows.
I do have a friend she is very anti-Trump.
Yeah.
And the night of the election, I texted her to see how she's doing. And I said, I know this sucks. I know this isn't who you wanted, but it's only 4 more years. And her response was exactly that. Like, I appreciate you trying to just promote positivity, but it's not only 4 more years. It's the fact that he already has appointed Supreme Justices who have been in office for
Yeah.
5-6 years now. He's got policies he'll enact that'll be long lasting.
Right.
So it's not only 4 years, but you only really got to deal with the in your face Trumpness that we will be living with for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of like freak out a little, maybe too much on that regard. They're like, oh my God, like
The world's over. We're all fucked.
Yeah, human rights are gone. He's gonna be the freaking Hitler, and just
I don't really think it's that drastic.
I don't think it's gonna be like that. I mean, yeah, he might do some wild shit, but nothing like to that extent where people are like, oh my God, the freaking world is gonna end. I mean, there's definitely some good things, like I saw, like it was less 24 hours, like Hamas is already trying to like
there's a lot of
the conflict,
shit going on around the world that countries are starting to change their tune on, allegedly.
But there's just so much where it's like you can't even keep up with it all.
No, you can't. And
it's like,
the president has their fucking hands full. The second he steps into office, he's fucking busy.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
You got Ukraine, Israel, the economy,
China,
the border. You got all this,
you got all these angry fucking Americans right now.
Yeah, homeless problems, like all this different.
We will
stuff.
See another attempt at his life, I'd imagine.
You think so?
I think so. I was surprised there wasn't more during his first term, or I don't think there even was one, right?
Yeah.
But I think now that it's been done twice, pre-election, I think people are that mad that there's going to be another.
You think it's going to be like a potentially conspiracy, like deep state thing, or just like a rogue?
I think it could be either way.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know that I buy into the deep state theory.
The whole...
I'm not convinced they're the ones who enacted it, although it is
the first one is kind of weird. Though.
Yeah, it is weird, but I think based off of friends I have who are I don't know shit, but based off the friends I have who are so anti-Trump, it kind of seems more likely to me that somebody's just gonna get so sick of him
and just
they're gonna smoke a bunch of meth and fucking get guns and go for it.
Yeah, but someone like that you wouldn't even think would get as close. Like they would get stopped. Like the crazy thing with this other guy, it's like, oh, he was freaking 150. I forget from the guy.
Awfully close, I think, right?
They saw him with a rangefinder.
People are yelling,
walking around. It's like, dude, if you're at a presidential thing with a rangefinder and cops, like, you should probably arrest that guy.
Yeah.
And then the freaking Secret Service or whatever was like, well, we couldn't really get in that area because the roofs were too sloped.
And
it's like, dude, I've done fucking keg stands probably on more sloped roofs. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're the Secret Service FBI.
I feel like the Secret Service has never dropped the ball. You're going to
roll an ankle on a sloped roof? Like, what are you talking about?
I feel like the Secret Service has never dropped the ball so bad in the history of that agency.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, for sure.
Not saying it was a conspiracy planned or not. No one knows, right?
No one knows. We'll probably never know.
But
we'll probably never know.
It is pretty wild, But I'm thinking like someone like what you're saying, like crazy rogue actor just hates Trump. Maybe on meth, maybe not. Goes on this like endeavor is probably gonna get stopped before they even get close.
It probably will. I do agree with that. But what I'm more so getting at is the attempt is far more likely now. I think it gets stopped. I don't think anybody's gonna get him. I think that was the one shot. That was the one good shot.
Close.
Yeah, it's the one good shot you're gonna get, and you blew it.
Yeah, took a little Mike Tyson bite out of his freaking ear. You know what I'm saying?
That fucking picture, though, dude.
Oh,
that picture. That's an epic picture.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
Fight.
I bet you people got that tattooed on them.
I'm sure someone has.
I'm sure someone has, dude. If you're out there listening, Send us a picture in the comments. I would love to see that tattoo.
Yeah, that was a wild scene. Well, it's crazy, yeah, because just another person, like someone actually died during that and was shot
in the crowd, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
like the person behind him. Which is wild.
That is pretty wild.
Sad.
Yeah. Do you get shot just for going to support your candidate?
Right.
That's pretty shitty.
Wrong place at the wrong time, I guess. That sucked though.
Oh, what do you say we fucking do another shot?
I don't
slide your cup over here.
Oh yeah. Speaking of fights,
oh,
what are you thinking
boy.
about the whole Jake Paul, Mike Tyson thing this weekend?
I think okay. So our roommate said this first, but I agree with Schlendy.
Yeah.
I think Jake Paul by decision.
But do you think it's paid off or like actually legit?
I think it's legit. I think, well, first of all, I would love to see Jake Paul lose.
Thank you, sir.
I have rooted against him in every single fight.
Yeah. He's
just
kind
because
of like he was hated, now he's like loved.
He's getting more and more respected.
Like, he's flipped it kind of.
But I mean, he hasn't fought anybody that significant of his own age.
That's always the argument. He's always fighting these older guys, or he's boxing these non-boxers.
That's my problem with the Mike Tyson fight. Is the guy's 60.
Yeah,
I don't care if he's in the best shape of his life. He's not in the best shape of his life. First of all, I don't care if he's in great shape for his age. That is a 60-year-old man going against a jacked Jake Paul in the prime of his career.
I was gonna say, how old is he's like
Jake's like 27 or something. 28.
Yeah, he's like younger than freaking my ass.
Yeah,
he's 27.
Yeah, so
you're in your freaking.
You're in your prime. You're in your prime.
Time,
like I just cannot see Jake losing this fight.
3 times his age.
Yeah,
but it's it's
Iron Mike fucking Tyson. So maybe,
you know, when you get older, you kind of have that like old man strength.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Dad strength.
Like that's a real thing, I think.
Yeah.
Like you have like old man, maybe not old man, but like dad,
dad strength, yeah,
like that kind of. And if I
actually don't even know if Mike's a father,
right?
But same ideology.
Like old man. I call it like old man strength.
Old man strength.
But like, it's tough because it's like Jake's obviously doing. He's taking it very seriously. He's doing all the right things. He has all this money, so he can do the right regimen, the right routine. Whereas Mike, but it's like, even if he is doing all the things, like, I don't know. I think he could do it.
You think Mike? Are you picking Mike?
It's Mike Tyson.
I respect that. I respect that. I want nothing more than to see Jake get knocked the fuck out by Iron Mike Tyson. I would love to see it.
See, but that's the thing where it's almost like, is it just all paid? Where it's like, all right,
is it all? Yeah.
I'm gonna give you like $500 million. We go the rounds. You get the decision,
right?
Because then it's like, well, then the next one is, well, we still want to see Jake get knocked out, or a lot of people do, and that's how it keeps going.
And who comes next?
And it keeps going, and then it's the bigger pay-per-view next time.
What did you think about the Mayweather fight? Cheers, cheers, folks. Jake Paul.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Because there's a lot of theories that. At one point, Mayweather at one point knocked out Jake and then held him up.
Oh, that's right. He was like holding him kind of on the ropes. That's right. Now it's coming back to me now.
I see where people saw that. I don't necessarily
Jake
buy
won,
it.
Right?
I think they called that one a draw. Look it up to double check. But I think they either gave that one to Mayweather or called it a draw.
Yeah, I do remember what? It says they haven't fought.
Yeah, they did.
Are you thinking it says
Was it Logan?
Yeah.
It was Logan, wasn't
Yep,
it?
yep.
Was it really? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was Jake.
No,
It was Logan, huh?
because no, yeah, no, it's coming back to me. Yep.
Okay. Yep. My bad. My bad, everybody. Sorry
No,
I blew up.
You're good. While the fight did not produce a definitive winner, it garnered attention. Okay. So basically,
Yeah, that's
it
right.
says no official division. Did not include judges to score the fight. Well, that's kind of dumb. Well, here we got.
So pull up Jake's record. Pull up his professional boxing record. Because he's either undefeated or he has one loss, I think, right?
He lost to Tyson Fury.
He lost to Tyson
I
Fury.
think that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, because he beat Ian Gibb 2020. I don't even know who it is. Nate Robinson.
Yep, I remember that one. That was the first one I watched.
Ben Askren.
Ben Askren.
He fucking knocked out right away.
Yeah, well, that was never a good fight in my opinion.
Yeah.
Ben Askren.
And then he fought Woodley twice. Then you got Silva, Silva was probably one of my favorite UFC fighters, if not all time favorite back in the day.
Stud.
Just his kicks were just insane. So, but then, 2023 after Silva, it says split decision to Tommy Fury. And then he beat Nate Diaz, which is crazy.
Again, I don't know.
But he's not a boxer.
He's not a boxer. And Nate's great.
The beast. And then Andre August, TKO beat him. Second KO over Ryan Borland. I don't even know this is June of this year. I didn't even know he was still like all these fights happened. Mike Perry.
I was really excited about the Mike Perry fight.
Yep.
I felt best about that.
He won in that 6-round TKO.
He had his number, and I will say that to Jake's credit. He
only lost to Tommy Fury.
He looks pretty good, and he's looking better and better in every fight. He is.
He is getting better for sure.
But he started his training so late in life.
Yeah.
I think that's part of why
But he's got enough money to like.
That's what it is, man. It's all a money grab, dude. It's all the drama behind it. And he does it better than anyone.
But I'm saying he's got enough money to like train right and like
but
actually
the true greats train their whole lives. Like if put Jake Paul up against an Olympic boxer, no shot, dude. Right. That Olympic boxer pieces him up.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No, yeah. It's a difference like when you start something at a young age and you just hyper focus on that. Like even if you're not as naturally talented, you're gonna excel to a much higher degree. That's almost true in
anything.
And pretty much
in anything.
Like everything, it seems like, which is wild. I kind of want.
I'm excited for it. I'm gonna watch it. That's for sure.
It's tough because it was like I almost want to bet on it, but it's like,
oh yeah, dude.
Because like even like the Sean McMalley fight, we're all like,
that was a heartbreaker
in the bag.
Let me pull up.
People lost a lot of money.
I'm gonna pull up the odds on that Jake Paul fight and see what they are.
Curious. Is Jake favored?
I would assume so.
But it's Mike freaking Tyson,
man. Yeah.
He bit a guy's ear off.
Jake Paul, money line, -210. Mike Tyson, +170.
So
Jake's favored.
Okay. 70, which isn't not even.
It's not a huge.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
Close to a pick'em, but a -210 is a little bit of a favorite.
What's 210? You like 200's like double your money, right?
Yeah, so 210 is 20 bucks pays $20 pays $29.52.
Oh.
So it's not like he's a huge favorite. But if you bet 20 on Mike Tyson at 170, it's 54 payout.
So, okay, a little more than double.
If you bet it to Jake by knockout is plus 140. Tyson by knockout is plus 250. So $20 there wins you 70.
Okay.
So 200
That's over
wins you
triple.
700.
Yeah. That's not a bad bet.
Yeah, I would disagree with that. But
Well, I mean, it's not bad at odds.
It's not.
I'll say. It's good.
It's
It's
not.
a good payout. Risky bet, right? High risk, high reward, right? That's what we're all about in this show.
Jake Paul by decision is plus 280. That's a pretty good bet, in my opinion, because then 20 pays you 76.
That's actually not bad.
So 200 for Jake to win by decision.
That's
is
what you were predicting,
760.
anyways, right?
That's what
Okay.
that would be my bet if I placed a bet on this fight. It's Jake by
That's
decision.
kind of what you were predicting, right? Yeah.
And I do get paid this week too.
Hey, I get paid Friday.
Oh shit, man! You won't be around. Otherwise, I was gonna say we make a trip up to Green Bay.
Yeah. Shit, I might go to Pato.
You can go to Pato. I'm sure Schlenny wants to bet, so I'm sure we could. I could get out there.
That's not a bad move. Crack.
And then the John Jones fight is on Saturday.
Who does he fight?
He fights Stipe.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, it's Stipe.
Are there any other good ones?
Let me pull up the card.
I'll be at work, unfortunately.
Yep. So he fights Stipe, and Stipe's a monster.
Yeah.
20 and 4.
I feel like I've heard of
20
him.
and 4. He's one of the top ranked heavyweights in the UFC. Charles Oliveira also fights Michael Chandler on this card.
Ooh.
That's a good one. Bo Nickel and Paul Craig. Vivian Araújo versus Karine Silva. I don't really know those two. And then Mauricio Ruffy versus James Yontop.
Kareem Silva. I wonder if it's related to Andrew Silva.
Maybe. Karine Silva with a K.
Kareen or Kareem?
Karine, Karine.
Karine. Wow, that's a...
I don't know her.
What is going on upstairs? I'll tell you what was going on before. Freaking
Dogs.
dogs taking shits.
Dogs
Kitchen.
taking shits, staring you dead in your soul and taking shit.
I was just messing around with our roommate's dog, Pip. I'm like, hey, let's... I just felt whatever, in a mood, getting back. I'm like, rile up a little bit.
We were about to run to the gas station to pick up booze.
We're outside already, waiting for me to come. I'm like about to walk up the door. I see just Pippa just staring at me, deadlock eyes, just taking a huge shit right on the kitchen floor. Like, literally, I'm not lying, like this freaking wide of a turd. Two massive dukes. Bigger than a poop I've probably taken in months. I haven't had
When dad is away, Pippa will play with your fucking
50
emotions.
pounds? He's not a big dog.
Probably 50, maybe a little bit more.
I could maybe see Mac doing something like that, but
Pippa might be a little bit more than that because Ella is roughly 60.
yeah, but
She's solid muscle
she's a
too.
pit bull, yeah.
Yeah, she's a chunk.
she's locked. She's just
So yeah, he is probably around 50-ish. We live with 3 dogs,
not related.
a pit bull, a lab shepherd mix, and Pippa is Vance has told me a million times. I always forget.
I don't even. He is.
He's the cutest of them all. So there's that.
Yeah, he's pretty great. Yeah, we're actually here in the basement where I freaking wrecked the laundry machine. The only one time I used it.
Yeah, you can come stay with us, Noski. No problem. You're not allowed to do laundry though. Never again.
Hey, no, it could be worse. I mean, I appreciate it. I could be sleeping in my fucking car at this point. Who knows?
Dude, we're happy to have him. We would not be doing this show
Yeah.
actually if he had not come to stay here with us for a little while.
Honestly, like, even just in the basement with what the setup's not that bad.
It could be worse.
It could be well worse.
It's a little sketchy. We know it's a little, it could be better, but we're working on it. We got lights today. If you folks didn't notice, we got extra lights. They're not super exciting.
Let us know in the comments about the lighting. Does it look shitty? Can you see my shadow? What do you think of the OG Skeeter and Rick's fucking banner? It was $50 actually.
That's just why we can't retire it yet. Just spent good fucking money on that banner.
Yeah, like what do you mean?
Oh shit, dude.
I kind of want to go fucking get wings now, dude.
All right, folks, have a good night. We're going to get wings.
Come meet us at the old guy.
Yes, the old dog. Oh, it is wings special tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, bro.
I have not been for their wings yet.
Their wings are good, too.
I should not go out tonight, but it's starting to sound better and better.
Every time we have a pot, I just have a
Get
getting drunk and having a great time, and I'm like, let's have a night.
We really enjoy putting the show on for you guys.
Gosh. Well, I suppose we wrap her up.
Yeah, sure.
We're like just about an hour.
It's been great to get back. Sorry about the hiatus. We've got more content coming soon. We're looking at a good time frame, hoping to pump out a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Thanks again for joining us. Let us know what you think in the comments, folks. We love you. We're proud of you.
Check us out, Facebook, Spotify right now, and obviously YouTube as well. We're trying to release it more regularly, like I said.
Shot for the road.
Oh yeah, we gotta do one more shot on this pod for sure before we shut her down. I was thinking about doing the shotgun, but we're not doing. We'll save that for next week.
Yep. We'll open it up with that.
Cheers, pod number 3.
Cheers, number 3's in the books.
Have a good night.